Hey there guys, Garrett with TEQSPORT, and today we're going to be installing our catch can kit on our 1GR-FE 4-liter Toyota engine. The kit comes with our billet catch can, a bracket to mount it, all of the fittings needed, custom designed hoses that fit perfectly to the engine, as well as a drain kit to make it easy to empty the catch can while it's on the vehicle. This kit is designed specifically to fit with this style of intake for the 1GR. So it's going to be the newer style. Make sure that you're purchasing the right thing for your vehicle. The tools you'll need for the job are simply a pair of flat tipped pliers for the hose clamps or whatever other pliers work for you, an M10 ratcheting wrench, flat wrench, a 6mm hex, and a 2.5mm hex. Everything you see here besides the tools come with the kit. We're going to get started by going ahead and assembling our catch can to the bracket itself. The orientation of this is important, and it's easier to do while it's off the vehicle. You're going to see the out markings, which are going to indicate two things to you. First of all, they're going to help you line up your in port. So you want your in port to be justified kind of in the direction of the out. And then if you'll see here in the top, there's a bolt that you can see through this hole that will line up with all three bolts here, here, and here. And this is important because if you don't have the drain kit, or you want to take the can in half and clean it, you need to remove this inner screw through that hole, and it makes it so you don't have to take the entire bracket off of the vehicle. So now we're going to take our small screws here and just drop them in. Okay, now just make sure those are nice and snug. We also recommend adding a drop of Loctite to these, as well as sometimes with the engine vibration can back these out over time. Now we're going to take our banjo fittings. We're going to slide one of our aluminum washers over top, our banjo fitting itself, and another aluminum washer on top of that. And we're just going to loosely thread these into the catch can itself. It helps to leave these able to rotate so that we can tighten it up on the vehicle, as well as position our hoses how we'd like to. So the other thing that this out marking indicates is the direction that you want to pre-justify this fitting. So let's just get that somewhat close right there, still able to rotate a little bit. And that's all you need to do on the table. The other option you have is pre-installing the drain line. So we can take our drain line and our hose fittings and go ahead and pre-apply these to the drain line hose. On one end, you'll have the fitting that drains the oil out. So this will be the bottom fitting. Simply to drain it, you're just going to remove this plug and it will drain out the bottom. Just going to install that into one side of the tube. And the other side will be the fitting that goes onto the catch can. So we'll go ahead and take out this pre-installed silver plug with an M6 hex. And install our fitting. Tighten that down. It honestly can be hand tight, just whatever you think is necessary to have that O-ring seal properly. And install your drain line. Now we can use our pliers to move these hose clamps into position. Okay, now we have our entire catch can kit assembled and ready to go onto the truck. We're going to get started by removing our engine cover. Setting that to the side, grabbing our M10 flat wrench and removing this engine cover stud. Once we have that off, we're going to set that safely to the side and grab our catch can. Now that we've got our catch can and our hoses, we're going to go ahead and put on the catch can first. We're just going to drop this drain line down into the engine for right now. Later on, we'll zip tie this drain line up out of the way of any moving parts or pulleys or belts, and put it in a place where it makes us easy to drain the catch can. These two slots on the bracket are going to line up with these two holes on this plastic piece here on the intake, and that's going to locate it. So it'll sit just like this. We'll take our ball stud that we just took off and install that through the hole on the top of the bracket. Once that's snugged up, your bracket should be pretty stiff and not very free to move based on these positioning tabs. We can then take our hoses. I've actually pre-installed all 4 of our hose clamps onto these just to make it a little bit easier, but these are ready to go onto the catch can side. The first thing we have to do is get the old line out of place. So this next part might be a little awkward to see, but here is the location of one side of our fitting, and the back side over here is the location of the other side. So we're going to go ahead and compress these little springs and remove the existing hose. Okay, now we've got our short little hose removed here. We can put this to the side. So we've got our hoses here with our hose clamps pre-installed. We're going to line them up so that they're easy to get onto the catch can and the engine itself. And now we're going to go ahead and install them. We're going to take our shorter of the two, and the top line is going to go into this fitting on the catch can. And the other side is going to route past these hoses out of the way of the oil filler neck, and that's going to slide up onto the fitting on the intake. Okay, now we can take our pliers and get those hose clamps tightened up. Okay, now we're going to take our longer of the two hoses, and the short little elbow like this is going to go in the far back, and the longer of the elbows is going to go on the front side. So we're going to feed that underneath our other line and onto the catch can. Now for the back fitting, I found that it's a little bit easier if you just go ahead and slide that hose fitting all the way up to where it should be on the hose, and it should just feed over top that fitting. We're going to feed it past these small hoses here and the two large hoses. Draw it back. It's going to go under that top hose and just press onto that rear engine fitting. Once that's on, we can tighten up our hose clamps. It's all snug. And then one thing I forgot to mention, you will also need an 8mm hex to tighten down the banjo fittings. We're going to get everything positioned how we want it, make sure our hoses aren't all twisted, everything's sitting nicely in the engine bay, and then once we've done that, we can tighten up the banjos. You want to be snug but not too firm here, as you are going aluminum into aluminum, and you don't want to strip these. Now that is everything that you need to do for your catch can. The last option is to route your drain line somewhere straight down past your skid plates or above your skid plates. We're going to nice and tuck this away so that it doesn't get caught up in anything. And you can see here when we put the engine cover on, our catch can will hide nicely below it. So everything still looks factory, but you can see it's poking out from the side here, and all of our hoses are nice and tucked. That finishes up our install on the catch can kit for the 1GR-FE, the newer style Toyota engine. So feel free to check out our website at TEQSPORT.com and see all of our other products we have to offer. We're coming out with a bunch of new stuff for you guys. We're excited, so keep watching.